Good evening, everybody, and engine disaster number 2. Last week we talked about Spencer's engine and how the thrust bearing had worn into the case so badly it was bodged with the dowel pins, and it was unrebuildable. This week we're going to have a look at the Campervan Coffee Company engine, which basically had locked up. The crankshaft had turned nearly 360 degrees and then just stopped dead. Okay, right, well, that was then diagnosed as a broken conrod. I wasn't convinced at that. I thought it was more in the head. A conrod would probably put a hole in the case, there'd be oil all over the road. This engine's fairly dry, looks quite a nice engine actually. There is a small weep on the oil cooler which will have to be addressed. The tinware all fits nicely, it's good tinware. The only thing I don't like about it is that somebody sprayed silver over it, so I don't know whether that was an attempt to dress up an old rusty looking engine, I don't know. But it's a bit of a naff thing to do, because what they have done is they've managed to spray the oil pressure switch silver too. So if you've got paint on that contact, you won't get a very good reading possibly, or no reading at all on your oil pressure light, and it might come on showing a fault when there actually isn't one. So after I initially looked at it, my thoughts were that it was with this cylinder here. So this cylinder's number 4, this cylinder's number 3. So I've taken off the carb, the front part of the exhaust, the fan, the dynamo and what have you, or alternator, to find out what is hidden in this head that would possibly cause the engine to lock up. Now, as soon as I took the manifold off, I looked just down inside, and just down on the left hand side of this inlet port, I found this. So somebody carelessly has dropped a nut into the engine. I don't know if you can see this, but the nut's all rounded off. The piston's been hitting it into the valves, it's been bouncing around in that head, and it's ended up going past the valve and ended up in the inlet manifold. Or it's gone in the inlet manifold and it's just smashed around behind the valve and then flicked back up through. So the first thing is there's a nut in the inlet manifold port which goes to number 3 cylinder. I don't think it's number 3, I think it's number 4. So I think we're going to find some more debris in this engine. So the head's ready to come off. I'm going to pull the head right now, and then we'll see exactly what's inside it. So I'm going to put the phone down and show you what's going on with it. Fucking hell, I bet the BBC don't have this trouble. Oh yes. Okay, so as I thought, the problem's in number 4 cylinder, and like I said, careless engine builder. Don't know whether you can see that at the bottom. There is a stud actually wedged onto the piston. I'll see if I can get a torch. Okay, so there you have it. There's a stud there. It's embedded itself into the piston. You can see the big groove just above the stud, same shape as it. I don't even know if it'll come out. It couldn't come out with my fingers just then. I'll see if I can prod it with a screwdriver. Oh, that was tight. That was tight. Let's see if we can show you this. So there's the stud, now loose. You can now see 2 marks in the piston. So this stud is quite flat on one side. It's been bouncing around on the top of that piston. We'll have a look at the head. Okay, so you can see the head. That's another imprint, 2 imprints of the stud, and a third one just down here. 4, 5. So I think I'm right in saying that the guys have been running this engine for 3 months. So they did pretty well with a stud in a nut in it for that amount of time. So basically now I'm pretty sure that engine's going to turn freely now that I've removed the head and the obstacle inside it. I'll just see if I can find a spanner or something, and I'll give it a quick turn. Like I say, this engine did not spin 360 degrees, so the ratchet's pretty much vertically down. Yeah, that was the trouble all along. So there's nothing wrong with the bottom end of this engine. Some new barrels and pistons. Have to get the head checked out, make sure that's okay. Probably will be. And they might get a few more miles out of it. Okay, so I'll email them this video now and crack open a beer. Cheers for now, bye.